Okay, hello everybody. A little update. I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing this. I've already spent probably 10 hours today, nonstop. I'm approaching probably 40 hours or a little bit more on this course. First thing you're going to notice, it's got a name change. I'm not going to use the Olympic Club because it's not the Olympic Club, but it will be the Olympus Club. Things have changed. What have I changed? Well, lots of things actually. First thing you're going to notice, Clubhouse is gone. Yeah, because it wasn't fitting into the plan and scheme of things. Another thing you're going to notice, the whole layout's changed. Not a lot, more realistic, and it'll constantly be adjusted as I go. Third, narrowed the fairway, changed a little bit down in here. Started planting trees. Bunkers have taken on some new shaping. Looks like I'm going to need to do a little bit more on this one, because I'm not really happy the way that looks. Never fails, the more I shape and do things, the more things change and get readjusted. But there's going to be a lot more readjustment before I'm releasing this thing, I'll guarantee it. I've done a few plays in the offline mode, getting my fairway firmness and the green speeds about where I want them. Even that's not a guarantee. I'll probably end up changing that even once again upon testing a little bit further. But as of right now, I'm pretty happy with what I'm going to do. Will I tell you what it is? No. But I am pleased with the characteristics of the way I've got it going. Will it be tough? Yeah, I hope. At least that's what I'm banking on. Will it be fair? I hope so. I do think it's taken on the shape of what I want for the course overall. Probably said this a million times. It will not ever be the course I want it to be. But it can emulate it, and that's what I'm after. told myself I wasn't going to get carried away with this, and here I am getting carried away with this. Because every time I get into GNCD, it happens. I am going to like a lot of the views that come out of this, because you can see the lake in the background. The lake, well, anybody from the San Francisco area knows what the lake is. Anybody that's ever watched the U.S. Open, one of the 5 there anyway, knows what the lake is. It really doesn't take much to figure out what the lake is. It actually looks a lot like it. Yeah, maybe. There will be more trees coming in, but for right now, it is what it is. So anyway, I've worked on the green. I've smoothed it out a little bit more. It's still tough. It's going to take a little more tweaking, but it's pretty much what I am. Will I end up with the exact type of greens on the course I'm trying to emulate? No, not going to happen, because it is my course, not their course. Having said that, it will still be somewhat close. I'll try to do some of the toughness. I will try to do what I've read. There's a couple of great articles on the 2012 U.S. Open course, hole-by-hole layout and reviews. Anybody interested in reading what they have to say about the course, then you will have a good idea where I'm going with this one. By all means, I do plan on making it kind of tough. Okay, so that's the first one. Second hole. Yeah, it's going to be just as interesting as the real second hole. You'll see it's an uphill, counter angle lie. You're going to have to play the dang fade to follow the fairway if you want to keep it in the fairway, because it will roll off if you hit it too far to the center or to the left. Don't expect it to be in the fairway. I can't help this scalloping thing. There's just something weird in GNCD. If you try to make a straight scallop, sometimes it's it just doesn't want to go to a straight line. So I don't care. You want to try to ding it for faults on that part, well, then fine. But I know from experience it can't be done perfect all the time. I did want to have some first cut of rough, and believe me, I'm the most difficult person to get along with on this scalloping stuff, and I'm really disappointed in how it comes out. Believe me, I tried to make it as smooth as possible. It just wasn't going to happen. So I got to deal with some scalloping. That, or we don't have any first cut of rough at all. And I'm not going to do that either. It's really weird how come I can't get it perfect. I'm not going to go wasting tons of hours in it. Next, you'll also notice how my fairway runs into my greens, as opposed to most other ones. Most people who judge that stuff, they don't pay attention to that crap. Well, that's a major thing to get it to look just right. Take the time to do it. Next thing you'll never see on any of my courses, later courses, is you'll never see a cut of rough run through a bunker. The bunker will always be surrounded by one type of rough. It's a guarantee. I won't have it any other way. I take too much pride in my work to see it get screwed up any other way. Haven't started working on those bunkers yet. First bunker I did, the main bunker. It has some depth. I'll raise this up a little bit more. The goal here is to be able to see it from the fairway and know it's there. You'll see it. You'll also see the back bunker with a little more definition. The clubhouse will be behind this. There's a more false green or practice green. The old 8th hole runs up in here. I may or may not put it in. As I lean towards it right now, I probably will add it, but I don't know. Depends on how much time I got. The 4th hole, it's really starting to look where I want it. This will actually come down a little bit more. 8th hole is going to move over. Matter of fact, there'll be a lot of shifting. I'm not going to do all that right now, but next time you see the course, it'll be shifted in. You can see I actually have the 3rd hole laid out, a downhill 200-yarder. It will get a little more definition as I go in it. Right now I'm actually now into the build the layout, start laying the fairways and the greens. 4th hole, another little downhill counter angle. It will lean down a little bit more. I'm starting to get a little concerned with my altitude. I might have to cheat a little bit. Even though it has some, I might just have to try to camouflage this, because there is a runoff from the 2nd. I'll just have to make it look more like a runoff, so I might just extend this up a little bit and drop it down so it looks like it varies off. Drop off actually works about right over here. But that's pretty much where we're at now. And once it fills in, it looks pretty good. I now have the 5th hole tee where it's supposed to be, pretty much. Although I'll probably be bringing this in a little bit more too. The reason for that being, it gives me a little more altitude to play with as it drops off. And then how it looks. With the added in trees. I'll be going through after all done laying down my own personal trees. I'll place in the added trees, see how they look. If I can keep some of them. I need to fill in without having to have the penalty of actually placing the object. did leave a crown in here on tension, so if you do bounce off, you're going to bounce off to the outside into the rough. Very narrow first cut. You see that the bunkers are going to be a nasty little thing of the pass. Greens will be fair. You hit in the right area, you'll be fine. If you hit too long, then you start experiencing all the other problems that come with being a long hitter. Didn't put it very well. But you're going to find out that putting's very severe. You're going to have to be on your putting game. Those markers will be gone. This fairway narrows out. You really don't want to be up in here. Again, I haven't really done much work on the greens. Not yet. Now I'm more wanting to just get the layout the way I want it. For a 428 yard hole, 429. You're going to find it to be quite tough. It's supposed to be tough. It's going to be tough. I really haven't done much work on this one yet. This is a killer. I said 200, it does 247, but it's downhill. Whoop. This hole is going to get tougher. The tree lines are actually supposed to be a narrow chute. Right now it's not too critical. It will get tougher. The trees will become part of the play, especially down towards the end. These trees will move in. The whole object is, yeah, you'll be able to take the long drive, but it will narrow out as it does in real life. This will be a counter angle. I'm only starting it. This will drop down a little bit more. This will drop down. It keeps going down until you get close to the green, then it comes into an uphill green. Again, the trees will be a miserable little deal. You will have the option to take it up and over the trees for the longer hitters trying to get down into this little narrow receptive fairway. Like I said, these trees will come in and skirt the fairway a little bit. Again, there will be very little fringe, or I should say first cut of rough. Maybe none at all. I'm still really debating on having any cut of rough. If I choose not to have it, I got a lot of deleting to do. That will be my last decision I make, I think. But the object will be able to go this route. And hopefully get up and over the trees. Hopefully hit it better than that. It's supposed to be a scary shot. That will be scary. The green kind of looks like a lima bean or a kidney bean shape. I haven't gotten to do that, but you got the idea. Actually, I kind of do like the idea of no fringe or first cut of rough. And I may just end up doing that. So anyway, that's what I have